Hello, we are going to demonstrate head and neck anatomy station from Mackman's Pro sections, important for MRCS Part B OSCE exam. For more information, please visit our website. This is the Pro section. The first question, can you please tell me what is this, number one, or identify spinal accessory 11th facial nerve? It is number one. This nerve will supply trapezius muscle for shrugging of the shoulder, 61, number 61, and sternocleidomastoid, which turns the head to the contralateral side, number 43. And it's cut from here and cut from here. And both sternocleidomastoid together can flex the head down. What is the surface anatomy of this nerve? It is very simple. Just draw a point here connecting the upper 1/3 of sternocleidomastoid and lower 1/3 of sternocleidomastoid here, and draw another point connecting the upper 2/3 of trapezius and lower 1/3 of trapezius. So it's a point here and point here, connect them together. This is the surface anatomy of spinal accessory nerve. So that in posterior triangle surgery, if spinal accessory injured here, the neck movement will not be affected. Why? Because it's already supplied the proximal sternocleidomastoid, but the trapezius will be affected because it is distal, not proximal like sternocleidomastoid, because the nerve comes from the jugular foramen to supply first sternocleidomastoid, pass here in the posterior triangle to supply trapezius muscle. Identify the greater auricular nerve and what is the root value. Great auricular nerve, root value C2 and C3, and it supplies angle of the mandible, skin over angle of the mandible, skin over parotid and its fascia, and skin over lower half of the auricle. Can you identify? It is number 16. What is this number 11? It is external carotid artery. Why it is not common carotid artery? Very simple, because CC4. What does CC4 means? C, common carotid artery. CC4, common carotid artery, bifurcate at C4, bifur at C4. So bifurcation at our border of thyroid cartilage at level of C4. Okay, so it is not like that, because this is the level of hyoid, number 18, and it gives many branches, so it is external carotid artery. What are the branches of external carotid artery? It gives one deep branch, ascending pharyngeal, and 3 anterior and 2 posterior branches. 3 anterior, it will tell, I forget to give the thyroid gland, so he will give it from above, superior thyroid artery, and will give the linguofacial trunk, that will give facial artery and lingual artery, and will give posterior auricular artery and occipital artery. And finally, it will divide into superficial temporal and maxillary artery. And the superficial temporal pulsation is palpable in front of the tragus. Can you tell us about what is this? It is hyoid bone, number 18, hyoid bone, hyo, 3 letters H-Y-O, 3 letters, so C3 at level of C3. Angle of the mandible at level of C2 with odontoid process 2. What's number 19? This is very important nerve that will come here in front of the external carotid artery and below digastric and the stylohyoid muscle to pass in the digastric triangle or submandibular triangle to supply the tongue. So this is the hypoglossal nerve. And because it passes in front of external carotid artery branches, it might be injured in carotid endarterectomy. And it also can be injured in the submandibular gland surgery because it passes here in the submandibular or digastric triangle. What's number 37? 37 is the posterior belly of digastric. What is the nerve supply of posterior belly of digastric? Anterior is by mylohyoid nerve from trigeminal T, first T, okay, but posterior from the second pharyngeal arch, so second is seventh orificial nerve. So posterior digastric, posterior belly of digastric, supplied by facial nerve. What's number 54? It is the superior belly of omohyoid, because number 21 is the inferior belly of omohyoid. What's number 16? It is the thyrohyoid Weich membrane between the thyroid and the hyoid bones. Thank you. I have finished. And again, it's very easy to answer all anatomy questions in your exam. Thank you very much.